Hi, this story is called 7 Days of Awesome, a world creation tale. That means a story of creation. It was written by Shawn Byous and the pictures were done by Colin Jack. This is the story of the world God created. Hey, where did you come from? And what about me? What about Casey, Mike, Max, and Zoe? What about the elephants and what about the fleas? What about the monkeys, the bears, the lions, and the trees? I think the one talking is the man. I think it's his voice we're hearing. Have you thought of these things? Well, maybe you should. Wake up your mind, it will do you some good. Where did the fish come? Or even the rocks? And who made those feet that keep in your socks? Did life start by itself? Boy, don't be a loon. It started with someone, and you'll find out who soon. Way, way back before time began, before dogs or cats or even man, God was there, and he had a plan. And this is how it all began. It's out of sight. God first made the light. And why would that be? Well, 'cause there's so much to see. So I could see you and you could see me. If it wasn't for light, how dark would it be? If it wasn't for dark, you'd sleep in the light. So the light he called day and the dark he called night. God called it all good. And that's the end of day one. Is that all he made? So is he already done? Don't be silly, my friend. God has only just begun. On to day two. Day two is huge. And do you know why? On a day number two, God made the big sky with water above and water below. God made the sky high and he made the ground low. So it says water above and water below. The water above, they're talking about the raindrops in the clouds. See all the seas and see all the trees. On day number three, God made all of these. And look what a hoot, today God made fruit. Isn't that neat? Now there's something to eat. Then God said with glee, it looks good to me. So that, my dear friend, is the end of day three. Then on day four, God made even more. The moon and the stars and outer space to explore. God filled up the skies with treats for our eyes. The highest of heights is now full of lights. Things are alive on day number five. With just a few words, God made all the birds. And not only birds but in the same way, he made all the fish on that very same day. God filled up the seas and he filled up the sky with fish that could swim and birds that could fly. And fish that could fly. And birds that could swim. Don't ask me why, you'll have to ask him. Day six is fantastic. You know that is true. Day six is the day God finally made you. And not only you, but the entire zoo too. So on day six, God created humans and animals. That's what this means. So when it says the entire zoo, it means all the animals. with critters that hop and creatures that crawl. Some are short and some are tall. Whoops. God made eyes for seeing, and God made hair for growing. God made ears for hearing, and he made feet for going. God made us to love, and he made us to live. He made arms to hug, and he made hands to give. Yes, God made it all, like no one else could, all to glorify him, and he called it all good. But wait, there's more. What didn't we see? With all that God's made, what else could there be? On day 7, God made what I like best. Do you know what he made? That's when God made rest. This is a very fun story of the story of creation, the world that God made. So when you are with your people in your house, or you're with your animals, or you look at the beautiful outside, remember God made all of this because he loves us so much. I hope you enjoyed this story.